Uh, well, welcome to episode 2. It's the Geo show. I'm currently in a very black hoodie, burning up. But it's okay though. As a black man, this is what happens to you. But hope you guys are having a great day. Everything is going well. Um, I know it's been a while since I've uploaded because I've been working on a podcast that I started with my friends. It's called the Multicultural Misfits Podcast. And it's coming off. It's starting off really well. It's just a lot of work going into it, but it's going very successful. I'm very happy about it. I'm very proud of it, and it should be a link to it somewhere in the bio or something, or wherever you're watching this. I hope you know where. I hope you know it exists. But yeah, man. Let's go ahead and move on with the proceedings, because I should not have worn a hoodie outside. I'm dying right now. Like, I'm burning up. But we gonna get straight into this, bro. We only got one take and one take only, you feel me? So, recently, this past week I think I've cooled it down with using social media a lot, because I think, and I don't know if everybody's going through this like I am, but I've been really tired of I've just been tired of everything we go through having to be the greatest thing in the world, if that makes sense. I've been battling with this idea that everything that we have to watch or we have to consume has to be the greatest thing we've ever seen. Nothing can be really good anymore. Because I've been watching the show called WandaVision, which is on Disney Plus. Hey, yo, Disney, if y'all want to drop me a bag, you know what I'm saying? I'll take the bag, you know what I'm saying? But and I've been hearing a lot of people, and it's a cool show. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's a cool show. But I just been hearing people say that their expectations were so high for it. And as for me, I just wonder a lot, first off, it's impossible for something to live up to the hype of being the greatest thing ever. I remember when I went to go watch Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I saw the trailer and I was convinced. I was like, bro, this is gonna be the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life. This movie is gonna change me as a person. I'm gonna walk out and become a better person for the rest of my life because this movie was so good. But it was terrible. It's a bad movie. It's a really bad movie. But I remember walking out of the theater when I saw it, and I was like, oh my God, it's so bold and striking. And, all these things. And I didn't know how to feel about it. But it's because my expectations were so high and astronomical for it. It was there's no way any piece of content can ever live up to, the high expectations that you place on anything. If you place expectations on something to be to change your life, first off, it's not going to happen, bro. It's not going to happen, because either it gets close and it's a subtle letdown, or it just completely fails. Because I wondered about this all the time. In what situation did you go into it just thinking, okay, it'll be cool, it'll be good, it'll be solid, or it'll be mediocre or whatever, and it's always either the actual result of whatever situation that was is always more than just solid, or it's less, or it's always more or less than solid. Whereas if you have these expectations of it being the greatest thing in the world that'll change everything, or if you have expectations of, oh, this would be terrible, then you'll always find a medium. I don't know. This is a really bad theory. This is a weird way to start off this video. I've been rambling about expectations for 5 minutes. But anyway, well, back to what I was really actually trying to talk about was the whole WandaVision show. And, the idea of being a fan of a certain creator. I feel when people align themselves with these groups, say I'm a Star Wars fan, right? I'm a pretty big Star Wars fan. I know a lot about Star Wars. Star Wars has been in my life since I was born. But I don't associate like the like when people say, "Oh, when I watch Star Wars, it opened my eyes," and things like that. Like, I don't associate those feelings with Star Wars. I associate those feelings with like regular things that happen in life. Because for me, movies are like just a getaway. Like, they're not like to, I don't know. I don't know how people be feeling. That's another story. I don't know how people feel ever. But I just don't like when people like it like people are so like, and I know this isn't everybody. It's just stuff I see on social media, and it's like, and it's really starting to annoy me. It's just people are so like, there's no nuance in any opinion anymore. Like, there's no like, nobody can be swayed. Nobody can hear somebody else's argument and just be like, okay, you're right, or like, you made some great points. I'm gonna just have to disagree with you. That's something I do on a daily basis with almost everybody in my life. I have an opinion on something. They say some things. I'm like, great argument. You may be right, and I will change my opinion, or you made some great points, but I just don't align myself morally with that. But when people, and this is at the bare minimum of society. This is for people that like comic book movies and stuff like that. You can't even get an agreement on that level. So it's like, and people are just, when people align themselves with like that one group, like people are saying they're Democrats or whatever. It's like, if you don't fully believe in every single policy that the Democratic Party puts forward, then you're not a real Democrat. Or Republican Party, same thing. Like, everything has to be like a monolith. Like, black people say that about black people. People say that about like, oh, if you don't listen to this certain music all the time, then you're not a black person. Or I'm pretty sure people of other cultures go through the same thing. But it's like, why does everything have to be like a monolith? Why does everything have to fit in one box that can be easily checked off? Or why can't there be different opinions in subcultures? Like, that is the weirdest thing to me in the world. It's like people just want to sit in the room and be like, all right, I think, this is a very important policy that we need to be, talking about and put forward. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. And then you go to the next guy and he's like, I mean, I think, such and such is more important. I think, I think the color of polar bears versus the color of zebras, is a more, I don't know why I just picked that as a topic, but like, I think climate change is more important than prison reform. And you can't just sit there and have a talk with them. You can't just like, it's like a lot of people are so one track minded. Like, this is the way that everything in life has to go. Like, this is the way, you know what I'm saying? I need a good example right now. What's a good example to rope in the people? Let's say you and the homies are talking about, let's just say climate change, because I feel like that's a idea that people can somewhat talk about. If you have one solution to the problem, and your friend brings up another one, both can be right, both can be wrong, both can be a step forward, but nobody knows the right answer. And I think that's the main issue with a lot of things in society right now, is that there are people that may have the correct answer, but most of the time they're not even heard, or most of the time, they're being, shut out or whatever. But it just seems like a lot of things are just getting lost in people wanting to be right all the time. Like, and it's the weirdest thing in the world to me. Like, nobody can learn from anything. Nobody wants to learn from anything. Everybody just wants to know stuff to just know stuff and be right all the time. And it's like, bro, there's nothing wrong with being wrong about something and learning from it. Like, there's nothing wrong with, making a mistake and learning from it. That's how you become a good person. When people are 2 years old or 1 year old, when they're a 1 year old, Jesus Christ, I can't even talk. When they're when they're young and they can't even feed themselves and they keep making all these mistakes, it's like they're trying to learn they don't know how to be a person. They don't know what they're doing. They're doing these things because there's like, oh, you put a spoon in front of me. Hey, yo, I'm gonna throw that across the room. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, of course, as you grow, you know, the situations change. The line gets more clear. The line gets clear to make the right or wrong decision. But it's like we're being put in these situations every day to just make a decision and learn from it. Everything I do every day is me putting myself in a situation, and in my head I'm thinking, okay, what was right about this? What was wrong about my decision? How can I change it? If I can go back, would I change it? And, you know, why did I act a certain way? Everything I do is me analyzing myself in my brain. But it seems like nowadays people are just like making a decision on something, on a person they've never met before, based on the situation that they're not in, and they're getting mad at it. Or they're getting mad that the person in the said situation made a wrong choice but doesn't know that they were wrong. So it's like, now, oh, you didn't know that you were wrong, so I'm going to tell you you're wrong. But also, hey, yo, I'm never watching your movies. I'm never listening to your music again. And it's like, what's wrong with, you know, sitting down and learning that you were wrong in the situation? There should be nothing wrong with that. Man, I sound like a 50-year-old right now. I hate it. So I'm going to change the subject because I have been just rambling. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, that was terrible. I feel bad for anybody listening to this because those were oh my God. That's my rant about social media right now. But I don't know what's gonna brighten me up right now. What's gonna make me happy? I've been watching a lot of movies, like a lot of 80's movies recently, and I gotta say, there is no better movie era than the 80's, bro. The 80's had the best movie era. Not movies, but like just the best movie era because, like, if you were in high school in the 80's when all these crazy movies are coming out, I know you got stories to tell. Because people in the 80's in these high school movies, bro, they was getting freaky. Like, I was watching Fast Times at Ridgemont High the other day, and there's a whole plot line of a girl that's 17 dating a 28-year-old that lives in another city, and that was in the movie, and that was the comedy thread of the movie. And then, well, she's not the girl that played the character in the movie wasn't 17 at the time. She wasn't 17 at the time of filming, but she just plays a 17-year-old. She's like 20-something. She was 20-something at the time. But then that 17-year-old ends up having her titties out in the movie. Now she's a fully grown woman playing the 17-year-old, but I'm just like, bro, like, huh? Like, am I supposed to be like, what? Like, and it's just a bunch of like weird stuff. I was watching a movie. Oh my God. I was watching this movie called St. Elmo's Fire. One of the weirdest movies I've ever seen in my life. It is insane. And because it just feels like when you're watching it, it feels like you're like having a fever dream. It's like I can't even follow what's going on. But there's oh my God, what's his name? Rob Lowe is in it. And I believe her name is Demi Moore. She's in it. And there's a scene. They're friends. Like, they're part of a friend group throughout the whole movie. Rob Lowe plays like a douchey character. He's terrible. And then Demi Moore is kind of like she's like a spoiled kid. But they're like growing up. Like, this is them. The movie is about like a group of friends after college and like trying to figure out how to still have fun and have a job. It's something I'm going through right now. So that's the one thing I did like about the movie. And I wish people made more movies like that. But, bro, so the whole movie, Demi Moore and Rob Lowe are friends. They've known each other since, like, high school, I think. And then, all of a sudden, in the movie, Rob Lowe tries to take advantage of Demi Moore. And I'm just like, huh? Like I'm just watching a movie like I'm confused. I'm utterly confused. I'm very confused. But it's okay. You want to know why? Well, it's actually not okay because Demi Moore eventually, I think she like locks herself in a room and tries to like overdose on something, and then she and then they get her out. But Rob Lowe is the one that saves her. And then Rob Lowe is the one that saves her, bro. And then the movie is like, yeah, they're friends again. And then Rob Lowe apologizes for trying to take advantage of Demi Moore, and then they're just friends again. And I'm just watching. I'm like, bro, I don't understand what is going on with these movies, bro. But it is crazy. Like, it's wild, bro. Oh my god. And then one more light joke to end this episode off, because I'm gonna keep this one short before I start rambling for like another hour about bad movies. Bro, I was on Twitter and then and they were talking about X-Men First Class and how they killed the black character whose only superpower is that he adapts to survive in any situation. So you legit can't kill him. And the first person the villain kills in the movie is the black man that's power is he can't die, bro. Yo, this man, he just killed because the man literally said 30 seconds before he's killed on screen, he walks up to the villain. The villain is like, "Hey, yo, what's your superpower?" Homeboy says, "I can't be killed." The villain said, "Hey, yo, watch this." And he kills him, bro. He kills him, and he doesn't even. He puts like a marble in his mouth, and so his superpower is that he has the ability to adapt and survive in any situation. I read comic books growing up, so the man is legit like unkillable in comic books. In the comic books, I can't even talk right now. In the comics, right? He can't die. Literally, there's a character in the Marvel universe. Her name is Hela, and she's a goddess of death. And all she has to do to kill somebody is touch him. Your man's the character that was killed in the movie, his name is Darwin. Your man's Darwin walked up to Hela. Hela touches him, and he doesn't even die, bro. You can't kill him. You can't. Hey, yo, I hope y'all is listening. You can't kill him, bro. That's the only power he has. He got no hands. One time in the comics, bro, he was finna walk up and fight the Hulk. And you know what his powers did? They gave him the ability to teleport somewhere else to avoid the Hulk. It doesn't even give him powers to like fight anybody. It's just it's the power said, "Hey, yo, bro, we not finna fight the Hulk. You do whatever you want to do. We not finna fight him." And so they gave him the power to teleport somewhere else. Like, and then there's another situation where he had some disease where it was like attacking his central nervous system. And so he was trying to figure, they didn't know what was going on. He's like, yeah, it's attacking my central nervous system. And they're like, oh, Darwin, what are you going to do? Yo, your man's Darwin, he turns into a sponge, bro. Into a sponge. Because sponges don't have central nervous systems. And yet your man gets killed. Bro, he was maybe on screen for a good 5 minutes. And he was, yo, they killed this man. He was the first body to get caught in the whole movie. Oh my God, bro. And it's like, I get why. Look at all my stuff blowing in the wind and stuff. It's like, I get why. Like, because when you're writing a movie, you have to like set boundaries for like, your character. You have to say, hey, yo, this is his powers. This is how powerful he is. And we're going to show it to you. So what you should do is you get a normal character that, has some powers, something like that. And you get the villain to kill him. Or to beat him up, or, whatever. You don't take the character that says, I can't die. I adapt in any situation. You can't take that character and say, hey, yo, you know what? Hey, yo, we gonna make the villain kill him. So then the people watching the movie be like, oh, man, he's scary. No, bro, you don't do that. Either you keep the man alive and let the villain kill somebody else, or you just don't put the man in the movie. Because you can't write with that character, bro. Oh, my God. It's just so funny because the man literally says, I can't die. And then he says, I can adapt to any situation. And homeboy said, oh, really? Oh, you think you can, huh? You think you got this, huh? You think you on to something, huh? Bro. Hey, yo, bro, I'm going to end this I'm going to end this episode, bro. Oh, my God, dog. That is so funny. Anyways, bro, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Oh, man, I hope y'all are having a great year so far. Man, I could do a whole nother episode on that. But I hope you guys are having a great year. Yeah, as I'm recording this, well, it'll be out soon. This is the end of January. So I hope your first month of the year was great, or the first year of the decade. Ah ha ha. You know what I'm saying? Keep up. But yeah. Bro, everything behind me is making noise. I'm thinking somebody walking up on me. I might have to hit them with the shocker, you know what I'm saying? But that's it. Hope you guys having a great day. All right. I'm gonna leave now. Bye-bye.